Knowing how bad the launch of Cyberpunk was, you and me is still gonna end up buying Witcher 4 day one. Yo, what's good? You already know I'm KenWal, and we got new details about the Witcher 4 production. Cyberpunk is now being carried by 17 people, and the rest are moving on to the sequel. This now puts Witcher 4 into CD Projekt Red's crosshairs. All this information that we're going to discuss today comes from their sales call that they had last week, which I must give them props for. It really shows where they're at in development. I wish we got more transparency like this from other studios, which I think they should take notes. It's not like y'all are holding nuclear launch codes. If you were expecting gameplay details on The Witcher 4, then you are going to be a little disappointed, but I may have something for you. Before we begin, allow me to give you a friendly reminder to like this video, and if you end up enjoying it here at my channel, know that I keep you up to date with the latest open world game news, superhero games, and video essays where I go deeper into other topics. I also create a new channel, Candid with KenWal, where you see the behind the scenes look of me talking about pop culture and creating the video you are watching today. Other links in the description box below. Thanks, crew. So this is how development is currently structured at CD Projekt Red. They have 17 people working on Cyberpunk 2077, and they want that to remain. It most likely will not jump up to anything significant because Cyberpunk is done. They're not adding any more post-launch content, at least to the significant amount as of an expansion. So we'll just have to wait for the sequel. Project Sirius, which is being developed by Molasses Flood, is now in the pre-production phase. This Witcher spin-off team is now at 37 people. The Witcher remake now is being handled by Fool's Theory, and it is in the concept stage. Honestly, I've never heard of Fool's Theory, and I'm really surprised that CD Projekt Red didn't want to handle this remake for themselves, especially since this is the OG Witcher. This was rough. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but goddamn, it looked bad. So I'm surprised they didn't want to treat it like their baby and handle it personally, but I guess they're just too busy with other stuff like The Witcher, aka Projekt Polaris. But before we talk about Projekt Polaris, we got to talk about Projekt Hadar, which I'm pretty damn excited for. This is their new original IP project that they are working on. It has 20 people and it is in the concept phase. Lastly, which is today's main topic, Projekt Polaris, aka Witcher 4. They now have a little bit over 400 employees working on the game, and it is in the pre-production phase. The studio aims to enter full production by the end of this year. So let's try and figure out quickly when this could come out. Game development takes 4 to 6 years, about 4 to 6 years. Now, with these quadruple A games, I don't even like saying that. I forget that. So these AAA games are now a lot bigger than what they used to be. So I would say let's give it 4 to 8 years, worst case scenario. We could be wrong. 2025, hell no. 2026, nah. 2027, maybe if you want a busted game. 2027, 2028. I'm thinking it's a little likely, because you got to think about it like this. Pre-production is kind of vague, especially for CD Projekt Red. Actually, especially for any type of AAA studio, because we don't know how each studio handles pre-production. Pre-production could mean them having an alpha. It could be just them having a prototype. But I'm gonna guess 2027 to 2030. Now, I want to focus on what the joint CEO, Michael Nowakowski, said, because it opens the door for speculation. The Witcher 4 is not Witcher 3 in new clothing. I want to focus specifically on what he said right here. Making a new game is always a creative risk, especially since we're trying to push new boundaries and explore new fields. Now, we know Geralt is not going to be the main character for The Witcher 4, which makes me wonder who the character is going to be, or characters. Now, I don't know much about the Witcher lore, but there's something that the School of Links. If anyone could please educate me on what this school is. Kind of reminds me of a Hogwarts for Witchers. Honestly, that's the first thing that comes to mind. So what if, in terms of the characters, you can pick a few different preset characters in the game? With that being said, what if they come with new sigils, new combat? They're going to venture more into going deeper with the mechanics that they had with the third game and just blowing it out of this goddamn sphere. Like, I just want to speculate a little bit. I'm not too familiar with the Witcher lore, so I don't want to be saying things too far off left field. Lastly, we're going to close with news that they are going to start licensing out the Cyberpunk IP and the Witcher IP. I think this is a great move because, hey, maybe we can get another AAA studio that does a game that's set in these universes, which would be really dope. This is something I propose DC doing because, hey man, I want some DC games. Marvel's getting all these games and DC just has goddamn Wonder Woman in the works for now. I really agree with this move that they're going to do, and I encourage it. I can't wait to see what studios pick up on this IP, but at the end of the day, licensed IPs are a little bit difficult because it's not your own IP, and the bulk of the production money is coming from buying that IP. But we'll see. I do think licensed IPs can do wonders for getting your name out there as a studio, getting that recognition, because when your original IP isn't really popping like that, you could just piggyback off of that. You got the skills for it, and you can get the notoriety for it, and then you can go back to your original IP, and then other people can go back to your original IP. So I think there is still a place for licensed IP, but it just got to be done with the right studio. That's it for today's video, guys. Quick and short. This is a little bit different. I am literally currently recording 2 videos at a time. As I mentioned, Candid with KenWal, my second channel, you're gonna see me making this video, and it's gonna be uploaded at the same time. I want to give you guys a sneak peek behind the curtains of how I do these types of videos. And yeah, if you guys like this video and want to keep up with Witcher Cyberpunk news, then definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.